The recent eruption of violence between Israel and Hezbollah, marking a perilous escalation in a decades-long conflict, has sent shockwaves through the Middle East and beyond. This sudden flare-up has not only reignited old wounds, but also introduced new complexities into an already volatile situation. Rooted in a complex web of historical grievances, political rivalries, and ideological clashes, this latest chapter is a stark reminder of the volatile dynamics that continue to plague the region. The historical context is essential to understanding the current tensions, as past events have laid the groundwork for today's hostilities. The conflict, characterized by its unpredictable trajectory and the potential for wider regional conflagration, demands a nuanced understanding of the factors at play. Analysts and strategists are closely monitoring the situation, aware that any miscalculation could lead to a broader and more devastating conflict. At the heart of this conflict lies Hezbollah, a powerful Shia Islamist political party and militant group based in Lebanon. Hezbollah's influence extends beyond its military capabilities, deeply embedded in the social and political fabric of Lebanon. Established in the 1980s during the Lebanese civil war with support from Iran, Hezbollah has since evolved into a formidable force, wielding significant influence in Lebanese politics and possessing a sophisticated military wing. Its evolution has been marked by strategic alliances and a growing arsenal, making it a key player in regional geopolitics. Hezbollah's raison d'etre is rooted in an unwavering commitment to resisting Israeli presence and actions in the region. This commitment has driven its actions and strategies over the decades, shaping its identity and objectives. From its inception, Hezbollah has engaged in a persistent armed struggle against Israel, marked by periods of intense fighting interspersed with relative calm. These cycles of violence and ceasefire have defined the group's operational history. The group's tactics, characterized by a combination of guerrilla warfare, rocket attacks, and cross-border raids, have posed a significant challenge to Israel's military superiority. These tactics are designed to exploit vulnerabilities and create a constant state of tension. The current conflict, triggered by a series of events that unfolded in recent weeks, represents a dangerous escalation with the potential to spiral into a wider regional war. The rapid escalation has caught many by surprise, highlighting the fragile nature of peace in the region. The international community has reacted with alarm to the escalating violence, urging both sides to exercise restraint and seek a peaceful resolution. Diplomatic efforts are underway, but the path to peace is fraught with challenges. However, with tensions running high and both Israel and Hezbollah seemingly determined to press their objectives, the prospects for a swift de-escalation remain bleak. The entrenched positions of both sides make compromise difficult, if not impossible. The conflict's trajectory will likely be shaped by a complex interplay of military calculations, political considerations, and the broader regional dynamics in the Middle East. As the situation evolves, the world watches with bated breath, hoping for a resolution but preparing for the worst. Israel, a nation forged in the crucible of conflict and perpetually grappling with security concerns, views its actions in Lebanon as an unavoidable response to an imminent threat posed by Hezbollah. For Israel, the Lebanese Shia militant group, armed and supported by its regional arch-nemesis Iran, represents an existential danger that cannot be ignored. The recent escalation, from Israel's standpoint, is not a capricious act of aggression, but rather a calculated move aimed at degrading Hezbollah's military capabilities and deterring future attacks. Israel's narrative hinges on the assertion that Hezbollah has been steadily amassing a formidable arsenal of rockets and missiles, many with precision-guided capabilities capable of striking deep within Israeli territory. This build-up, coupled with Hezbollah's entrenched presence in southern Lebanon, directly bordering Israel, is perceived as an intolerable threat to Israeli civilians. The recent incursion into Lebanon, as articulated by Israeli officials, is not about conquering territory or toppling the Lebanese government, but rather a targeted operation with specific military objectives. The IDF, they claim, is focused on dismantling Hezbollah's infrastructure, particularly its rocket launching sites, weapons depots, and command and control centers, to neutralize the threat posed to Israeli population centers. Moreover, Israel contends that its actions are aimed at disrupting Hezbollah's operational capacity and undermining its ability to launch attacks in the future. By striking at the heart of Hezbollah's military infrastructure, Israel seeks to buy valuable time, degrade the group's combat readiness, and create a deterrent effect. The success of this strategy, from Israel's perspective, hinges on inflicting a decisive blow to Hezbollah's military capabilities while minimizing civilian casualties and avoiding entanglement in a protracted conflict. Hezbollah, once reliant on rudimentary rockets and guerrilla tactics, has undergone a significant military transformation, evolving into a formidable fighting force capable of posing a credible threat to the Israeli military. This transformation has been marked by a shift from basic, homemade weaponry to sophisticated, high-tech arms. This evolution, fueled by a steady influx of weaponry and training primarily from Iran, has been a defining feature of the group's rise as a regional power player. Iran's support has been crucial, providing not just arms, but also the expertise needed to use them effectively. Central to Hezbollah's enhanced military capabilities is its acquisition of a vast and diverse arsenal of rockets, missiles, and unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs. These weapons have significantly increased the group's ability to conduct both defensive and offensive operations. Estimates suggest that Hezbollah possesses tens of thousands of rockets and missiles, some with ranges exceeding 200 kilometers, capable of striking deep within Israeli territory. This long-range capability allows Hezbollah to target critical infrastructure and population centers far from the front lines. This arsenal, significantly enhanced in both quantity and quality since the 2006 Lebanon war, provides Hezbollah with a formidable deterrent and the ability to inflict significant damage on Israeli infrastructure and population centers. The improved precision and destructive power of these weapons make them a serious threat. In addition to its rocket capabilities, Hezbollah has invested heavily in building a sophisticated network of underground bunkers, tunnels, and fortified positions in southern Lebanon. These underground facilities are designed to protect fighters and equipment from aerial and artillery attacks. These hardened defenses, designed to withstand Israeli airstrikes and artillery bombardment, provide Hezbollah with a tactical advantage in any ground conflict. The ability to move and operate from these secure positions complicates Israeli military planning. Hezbollah's fighters, battle-hardened through years of experience in Lebanon and Syria, are known for their discipline, tactical acumen, and ability to operate effectively in urban environments. Their combat experience has honed their skills, making them a formidable force in both rural and urban settings. Hezbollah's evolving tactics also pose a significant challenge to the IDF. The group's ability to adapt and innovate on the battlefield keeps Israeli forces on constant alert. The group has demonstrated an increased reliance on anti-tank guided missiles, ATGMs, capable of inflicting heavy casualties on Israeli armored vehicles. These missiles are highly effective against tanks and other armored targets, adding another layer of threat to Israeli ground forces. Hezbollah's use of UAVs for reconnaissance, targeting, and potentially even attacks adds another layer of complexity to the conflict. These drones provide real-time intelligence and can be used to guide missile strikes with greater accuracy. The group's ability to adapt its tactics, exploit technology, and learn from past confrontations ensures that Israel faces a formidable and unpredictable adversary in any future conflict. Hezbollah's continuous evolution in strategy and armament makes it a persistent and evolving threat in the region. The October 1st raids, a series of coordinated airstrikes and ground incursions carried out by the IDF deep inside Lebanese territory, marked a significant escalation in the current conflict. These operations were not just a show of force, but a calculated move in a high-stakes game of military strategy, and offered a glimpse into Israel's military objectives and tactics. These operations, characterized by their precision and audacity, were aimed at delivering a swift and decisive blow to Hezbollah's infrastructure and command and control capabilities. The meticulous planning and execution of these raids reflect Israel's commitment to neutralizing perceived threats. The raids, according to Israeli military sources, targeted a network of underground tunnels and bunkers used by Hezbollah for weapons storage, command and control operations, and the movement of fighters. These subterranean networks are crucial for Hezbollah's operational effectiveness, making them prime targets for Israeli forces. These facilities, some located in densely populated areas, were identified through a combination of intelligence gathering, aerial surveillance, and technological means. The integration of various intelligence sources ensured that the targets were accurately identified, minimizing the risk of collateral damage. The IDF deployed a range of advanced weaponry in the raids, including precision-guided missiles, bunker-busting bombs, and attack helicopters. These sophisticated munitions were chosen for their ability to penetrate fortified positions and deliver precise strikes. The use of such sophisticated munitions, while minimizing collateral damage, underscores Israel's determination to inflict maximum damage on Hezbollah's infrastructure. The careful selection of weaponry highlights the balance Israel seeks between military effectiveness and ethical considerations. Ground forces, supported by armored vehicles and artillery, conducted targeted incursions into Lebanese territory, engaging in firefights with Hezbollah fighters and securing key objectives. These ground operations were essential for consolidating the gains made by the airstrikes. The October 1st raids, while achieving tactical successes, also highlighted the risks and complexities of operating in the challenging Lebanese theater. The difficult terrain and the presence of a determined adversary made these operations particularly challenging. Hezbollah, despite suffering losses, demonstrated its resilience and ability to respond effectively. The group's ability to adapt and continue its operations despite the raids is a testament to its organizational strength and resolve. The group's decentralized command structure and dispersed network of fighters and weaponry make it difficult to completely cripple its operational capacity through airstrikes alone. This decentralized nature allows Hezbollah to absorb and recover from such strikes more effectively. Moreover, the raids carried the risk of escalation, potentially drawing Israel into a wider conflict that could have devastating consequences for the region. The possibility of a broader conflict looms large, with the potential to destabilize the entire Middle East. The international community's condemnation of the raids and calls for restraint underscored the high stakes involved in such operations. The global response highlights the delicate balance between military action and diplomatic repercussions. The raids, while demonstrating Israel's military prowess and determination, also underscored the intractable nature of the conflict and the challenges of achieving lasting peace through military means alone. The enduring conflict in Lebanon remains a complex issue that defies simple solutions, requiring a multifaceted approach to resolve.